Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. Today is foundation featured and I am giving the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation a try. Liquid Whip long wear foundation. Okay, it's whipped. It's liquid. I thought I opened this. I opened it from the bottom. Sneaky. Got this at Sephora. It's very heavy packaging. It's 1 ounce and it is formulated for a beauty blender. So they have this handy little makeup well, you know, and you squeeze it out and then you put your beauty blender in the well to get it from, and it's kind of like a palette. So typically with foundation featured, I do one side of my face with beauty sponge and I do another side of my face with a brush or my fingers, mostly a brush. Some of you mentioned you wish I had a third side of my face so I could do finger application, which I am totally down with. Like, some foundations really need your old-fashioned, just like, yeah. But in this case, I think I'm gonna still go with the brush, the one-in-one. I'm gonna do Beauty Blender, of course. I have a Beauty Blender. So I'm gonna do the way the foundation intended. And then I'm gonna just do my own thing with a brush on the other side and see what happens. So, right. And I'm not wearing primer because I want a neutral base for you guys. If I use a primer, maybe you don't have that primer. I want to see how the foundation works on its own. This, oh, it says it has white birch extract, which is fine for sensitive skins. It is not a trigger. There's no fragrance in here. There's no denatured alcohol. And it claims to have maximum coverage with, in real life, picture perfect velveteen finish. Never dull or greasy. Okay, so I got shade 130 and we'll just see based on the description on the Sephora website of shades, you know, I picked that. So we'll see. It has a little lock in the back. You saw influencers get their big giant pink beauty blender filled with the foundation inside. That's super great. Sometimes I'm glad that would overwhelm me. I would not know what to do. So my hair is a little wonky. It's kind of second day hair. Haven't curled it yet. It's a little bit full of dry shampoo kind of thing. And yeah, so let's just get going. I'm always afraid this is gonna like really squirt out, but it didn't. So there it is. I mentioned before when I did my haul video that that little gap between the spout and the foundation well kind of bugs me. I just like went for it, right? Like, who cares what shade this is? We're gonna go for it. After last week's NYX foundation, pale shade, how much worse can we get, right? I mean, damn. That was light. And this looks light too, but it actually is blending with my neck. I'm always a little more pigmented right through here. So that was fast. That, ooh, I can see that, I want to say it's like not dry, but I can see where a primer that is maybe a little with more slip might help. I am so curious. I'm gonna just, I am putting it on with my fingers. Oh, it's, yeah, it doesn't work so well because I can see all the holes, all the pores in my forehead, and it kind of just looks, yeah, I think the Beauty Blender sponge helps to distribute it kind of in the, like it says bounce, right? This is probably going to be the case with the brush. Got a flat kabuki. And I'm sure if you have a Beauty Blender dupe that's just a sponge that you like, that'll work just as well. So it's not bad with the brush. It's not bad. It does, it's, oh, why does it not like my forehead? What you got up there? It's kind of, ooh, yeah. When you put it on with a brush, it's like pulling the product away. It didn't do it so much down here, but it seems to really do it up there. It does a better job of the pores. It definitely wants to be bounced into the skin. Yep. I know a lot of you are going, duh, that was the point, but I have to see for myself. So I'm gonna just get a little more. I'm gonna kind of see how this builds on this side. It does say it's buildable. I'm assuming it's probably buildable best with a beauty blender, so it won't take away product. I feel like this is one of those foundations that it's gonna look better on my skin as it heats up, as time goes by and things just kind of meld. Okay. Close up. More coverage, buildable, not bad, no funky little pin dots. It didn't pull away. It's a lighter coverage with just the brush. It's not bad. I know everything looks so pale on me. Do you guys think this looks as pale as the NYX? I don't think so. It's also my lip. I have pigmented lips, so yeah. Okay, feels nice. Feels good. Okay. Oh God, I'm gonna have to wipe this off with a makeup wipe every time, which I suppose I'm just such a back of my hand person, and then I just wash my hands. You know, having other surfaces to clean just adds to my workload. Okay, yeah, I still don't think I'm keen on that delivery system. I am going to try this new Doll10 concealer. They sent this to me. It's their Hydralux Concealer. They have it on QVC. Look at this cool little doe-foot wand. And it's kind of it's a nice, generous, well, it's only 0.2 ounce. It's about the same. It just feels like it's in a big bottle. It's like a big bottle of concealer. It's supposed to be hydrating and blurring. So I figured I would just throw it on while we're doing this. I got shade light. I did pick my Too Faced powder. Haven't used it in a while. It's good stuff. And I figured sometimes I do high-end powder with low-end foundation, and sometimes I like to do a high-end with a high-end. You know what I mean? Okay. Just gonna dust that on. Ooh, I feel pretty flawless on this side. Like, it has quite the velvet texture, like it says. And then this side is definitely not as great. Granted, there's really only one layer of foundation, but I do think the sponge versus the brush is the better way to go. So, you know what? I am going to play with, this is a Profusion palette. You guys, they're back at Target. Pick a couple up if you haven't. They're so much fun. So I'm just gonna contour. Okay, so I'm going to do a little more makeup, that kind of thing, you know, the drill. And then I will come with a full face to check in with you before I go about my entire day of wearing this and seeing how it performs. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, I am back. I have all my makeup on and I feel so peachy. You guys, I am liking this foundation. One, I think actually the color is a good match. I think it did finally just kind of conform to my skin, and of course getting lipstick and blush on really helps, right? So let me give you another close-up. I am definitely loving the Beauty Blender side. It is smooth, it's even, it's not doing any kind of weird texture thing. You know, it's got a good finish to it. This side, I definitely can tell it has a little bit more, just a little bit more texture, or maybe even letting my skin come through more than I want it to, versus this side has like the coverage that is more desirable. But it's not bad. It doesn't seem to be settling in my pores. I don't feel like it's cakey around my fine lines, like where my expression lines are. So I think we're off to a good start. And so far also, the Doll10 concealer is doing a good job too. Huh? Yeah. So I feel concealed. You can't see me. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. My kids, the puns and the ridiculous jokes I come up with are, there's dad jokes, but you guys, I've got mom jokes. They're bad. Okay. So I am going to go about my day. I have all kinds of stuff to do, errands, housework. I've got to take my son to driver's ed. Just having a 15-year-old with a learner's permit is a special kind of stress. It really is. You think you have a stressful life with a preschooler. Those teenage years don't give you a break. I'll just say that, because it's okay. It's okay. He's actually, he's pretty good. He's very careful and he's trying very hard, and I give him a lot of credit, but so there you go. Okay. Alrighty guys, I will see you later. Hopefully I will not have stressed this makeup off after driving with my son in the car, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, bye. Okay, it has been 7 hours since I applied this foundation, and I want to say it's good. It's pretty good. We've got just a minimal breakdown of product texture-wise, chin, nose, the usual. The dots aren't so bad. Okay, this is weird. One thing I noticed that I've never noticed in foundations before is my parenthesis lines right here. I got a little bit of creasing with this foundation. That's never happened. So why all of a sudden? Like, what was that about? Anyway, it was kind of, I don't want to say horrifying, but I sort of was like, anyway, I know there's bigger problems in this world, so I think you can see the difference between the sides, the Beauty Blender sponge side and the brush side. It's pretty obvious. So clearly this has better coverage, better wearability. It's Beauty Blender Bounce, man. They are not joking. That's how you should apply it. I don't think it would make a difference with a different sponge. Obviously that's another good thing to experiment with, but I think definitely your fingers or a brush, not so good. And that's, yeah. So I think this is a pretty good one. I was a little bit not really concerned with dryness, but I would put the CeraVe dimethicone stick on, or just like a really good, just a primer, like even the e.l.f. hydrating primer. I would definitely try that with this because I felt my face is starting to feel dry throughout the day as the temperatures are dropping. So that would probably help a little bit with just some of the way it's wearing, but it didn't break down as much as I thought. Like it kind of felt drier on my skin than it looked in the mirror. So I was like, oh, that's good. But yeah, I think oily skins will probably really love this foundation. And I think dry skins with some good prep for your skin beforehand, you'll like it too. But way to go on the coverage and the long wearing. So there you go. Not bad, Beauty Blender, not bad. It's just this little thing right there is dirty now. Okay, I'll get over it. Alrighty. I hope, ooh, my eyeshadow. That's not bad. I hope you enjoyed this foundation featured, and I hope you are subscribed to my channel. Please do so if you haven't, and click that bell for notifications. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.